Hello, everybody. Welcome to Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony T. It's to broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and SCPBetting.com. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the Drive Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us, we got Alex Smart with us, Damian Sosh, Shane Mickle, Tony Brown from Las Vegas, Nevada, Ninos, Jay Briggs, has been on fire in the NBA, and Millz Young, who's been on fire in the UFC MMA. And here's how it's going to line up for this evening. We've got Smart, Sosh, Ninos, Mickle, Brown, Young, Briggs, and I will close this one out. All right, it's a Thursday. You know what it is now. Thursday Night Football, divisional battle between the 49ers and Seahawks. We'll have a pick from that game. Got a few from the NBA, lots of hockey, college hoops as well on the card. So let's get this one underway. Let's welcome in Alex Smart. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's been on absolute fire in college hoops. So be sure to give him a follow there over at Pick Dogs. Bring him in right now. Alex, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, how's everything?
Going great. All right, here we go tonight. 8 Eastern Time. We have the Grizzlies to host the Bucks. A pretty good battle here tonight with the Grizzlies laying 2.5, total 226.5. But you'll be looking at this one a little differently.
Yeah, I was looking at a couple of plays here, and could we possibly change up here at the last second? Like I'm going to give people, like we're gonna go here with. Do you mind if I change up a little?
No, go right ahead. No, it's okay. It's all right.
Because I want to give a real winner out tonight. I've been looking at this closely for a while, and we got some real money laying here tonight on this, and I really feel confident about it. So, anyways. Yeah, but this is a Lauri Markkanen bet. And this is a game from that Pelicans-Utah rematch from the other day. Markkanen has been rocking and rolling this year, 22 points per game, 8.6 rebounds per game. Now, the offer here is at 7.5 rebounds when I saw this a little bit earlier this afternoon. And I don't think it's moved at this point, but I'm going to have a quick look. But no, it hasn't moved as far as I can see anyway at a couple of books. So the bottom line here is, what I'm looking at is the Pelicans were a great rebounding team here earlier on in the season. But over the last couple of weeks, they've sunken a lot. Over the last 5 games or so, they're ranked 19th in the league. And Markkanen's grabbed 11 boards on average during that period of time. Now, also, Markkanen has 9.6 rebounds over his last 5 games. He is gone over this offering 4 of his last 6 times, and and the Pelicans give up a lot of rebounds to power forwards, about 11.2 rebounds per game. So I just feel we have a real big edge here, and like I said, I'm sorry I changed it up in everybody tonight, but let's go with Markkanen over 7.5 rebounds.
All right, we got Lauri Markkanen over 7.5 rebounds here from Alex Smart. As we'll get everything set reset here as far as the graphics wise goes. So we got No worries there. Okay, no, but you found a play there. We got Lauri Markkanen over that total there, and Alex. Looking at Markkanen, as you mentioned, yeah, he has shown a great increase in his rebounding. He did well in his first couple years there in Chicago. Matter of fact, in 2018-19, averaged 9 rebounds in 19 minutes a game. His minutes are at season high at 33 minutes a game he's playing, getting 22 points, which is definitely his career high. And of course, when you pull those kind of numbers, you're going to get playing time. So it's all about the playing time. You get the playing time, you're going to hit your numbers, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, the Pelicans give up a lot of rebounds to power forwards, and they've really gone downhill over the last 5 games or so. And he's really been picking up the pace over the last 5 games. So we've got a trajectory here, and I'm trying to, sometimes prop offerings or any kind of offering from the books that stands out to be too much. We always have that, that feeling that, hey, what am I missing here? I don't think we're really missing anything, I tell you the truth. And I like the 7.5. Hey, you know what? Our best laid out plans sometimes go wrong, but I feel pretty good about this one.
All right, we got Alex here on the over 7.5 rebounds for Lauri Markkanen. They will be playing Pelicans here in game 2 of their 2-game series with a day in between. How does that factor into it as they're playing back-to-back but with a day of rest between?
Well, the bottom line is New Orleans came up flat last time. After that long stretch, that great home stretch, they just, they went into the into the high altitudes of Utah and sort of looked drained as the game went on. I think now they've got their legs. It's not quite the Mile High City, but it's Salt Lake City's thin on air too. So I figure they've got their lungs in a little bit of order, and maybe the medication's doing a lot better, and they're ready to go here.
All right, we got to Alex here. Laurie marking over 7.5 rebounds. This one will be starting about 9 Eastern time out of Utah. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium for tonight's action. Okay, we're showing great results here, as we said here in the open here. College hoops, 2,365 units of profit. And we got a lot of college basketball ahead of us. We're barely got into the first month of the season, so there's a lot to go up until the early parts of April here. So lots of action still here with college hoops. A little less than 4 months of action in college hoops. Last 30 days showing great profit, 800 units, 680 the last 7 days. All right, we got the Thursday night football game tonight, as well as action from the NBA. Lots of coverage on the ice. 12 games NHL. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I went with that NFL side selection tonight, Seattle, San Francisco. Have an NHL totals winner on board. Also, a couple of college basketball selections and one NBA late night selection coming to you via the Clippers at home. So we'll see what happens tonight, and hopefully it's a profitable evening, and hopefully everybody loves me tomorrow morning, and we'll just continue to roll on.
That's right, that guys. Got over with Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results here, as you see here in college hoops, 2,365 units of profit. Also showing good profit in college football, 1,267 units. NHL is showing profit. And of course, as we mentioned here, over the past 30 days and 7 days, good profit. So get on board here with Alex Smart. His featured play is this NFL Thursday night side here. 49ers and Seahawks, get it? It's a credit guarantee, meaning it must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. That is credit guarantee. Also in action here with college hoops, late night action, UC Irvine and Santa Clara, late steam play up there. Suns Clippers clash tonight, so get on board here with Alex. Also, you may consider here, the way Alex is running, you may consider that 1 month all sports pass. Get all of Alex's premium plays here for the month. Includes all of his premium plays that he selects from the 41 bowl games as well as the championship game. So that's in play now with that 1 month all sports pass. The remainder of the college football bowls and playoffs. You get the remainder of the NFL regular season, the final 4 weeks of the regular season, all his NBA, all his college hoops, all his NHL here for the 1 month pass. Great value right now. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotional. Even greater value there. All right, Alex, as always, great having you on the show. Keep up the great work, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Hey, Tony, have yourself a great weekend. And like I always say, let's make lots of money for everybody. Make lots of money for ourselves, too. Okay,
exactly.
See you guys.
See you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Alex Smart here on the drive to guys, and we'll continue here with our coverage. A good show today. Let's bring in Damian Sosh. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Damian in right now. He has a look on that Pelicans Jazz game, so we'll bring him in right now. So we could get to Damian here. We're going to roll with Damian. Damian, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing, Tony?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight, 9 Eastern time. Like this matchup again, game 2 of their 2-game series. Utah Jazz hosting the Pelicans. Pelicans now favored here, -1, total 232.
Yeah, this is actually a case here of double revenge here for the Pelicans. Earlier this season, the Jazz beat them by a point in overtime. And then, of course, just a couple nights ago here, they beat them up pretty good by 21 points. Now, prior to that game on Tuesday, Pelicans were really clicking. They had won 7 in a row with a healthy Zion Williamson. It's a team that really, I think, could make some noise here in the playoffs, especially when you throw in back Brandon Ingram once he gets back from injury. They could be a pretty dangerous team going forward. But, let's take a look here. What happened on Tuesday that allowed the Jazz really here to crush the Pelicans? Well, every now and then I think teams just have one of those nights, and I kind of think that might have been a little bit the case here for New Orleans. They were shot just 4 for 27 from three-point land. They allowed 19 offensive rebounds to the Jazz. They also got in early foul trouble, and that really did not allow them to play how they had wanted. It allowed them to be a lot more passive on both ends of the floor. Zion played just 25 minutes now due to foul trouble. Now, he still managed to score 26 points. The rest of the team, though, the rest of the starters were just 14 for 42 from the floor, and the Jazz held New Orleans to just 100 points. Now, this is a Jazz defense that really has not been very good all season. They're allowing they're near the bottom of the league. They're allowing opponents to score nearly 116 points per game. So I think the Pelicans are going to bounce back here in this spot. They're 5-2 against the spread their last 7 games, and they're 5-1 against the spread the last 6 games following an against the spread loss. I think they bounce back here in Utah and take the Pelicans and cash that ticket.
All right, we got Damon here on the Pelicans laying the 1 here against the Jazz. Yeah, it was a pretty slap performance there here by New Orleans in that first game. 17 turnovers, but the Jazz themselves also had 19 turnovers in that game. It just came down to the 3-point shooting. And of course, the Pelicans, though, again, have not been the same road team. Just 6-6 on the road. They're giving up 47% shooting. And also, too, we have to note also Alvarado has been listed as out of this game as well as Ingram.
Yeah, Alvarado is out. I think that's going to mean more minutes for Dyson Daniels, and he's a guy I think I didn't know as he was going to be this good. He has really performed well for the Pelicans, and I mean, obviously Alvarado out of the lineup is a bummer, but I think Dyson Daniels is going to fit in nicely.
All right, there you go, Damien here on the Pelicans lane 1 against the Jazz. This would have a start time here of 9 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Damien, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Stream for tonight's action. Of course, we have a big hockey card. We have 4 on the NBA. Some college hoops action out there as well. And, of course, don't forget, Thursday night football, 49ers and Seahawks. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I got 3 plays out there on the board today. You can get them all together in my winner circles pass. 3 plays for $40. That includes the NFL game tonight, 1 in the NBA, and 1 hockey play. Also, my NBA play is out there for just $15. So, hook yourself up with that, cash in, and then hook up on a long-term plan. College bowl games starting tomorrow already, guys. I don't have a play up on the board yet for tomorrow, but there is a game that I like, and I'll be getting that either up tonight or very early in the morning, so keep an eye out for that. And I did very well in the bowl season last year, so a long-term package will go a long way, especially with the bowl season coming up.
Try to get on board here with Damian Sosh over at Pick Dog Spin. Winner Circle Pass, a 3-pack right now up there from Damon. Takes his best place here from NBA, NHL, and NFL. Puts it together in a 3-pack. Credit guarantee right now up on the site. A lot of these plays are sold individually here on the site as well. And of course, as we talk about here, the long-term pass will serve you well. You may want to give Damien a tryout with a 7-day all sports pass. Get all of Damien's premium plays here for 7 days throughout the bowl packages as well. We have a lot of bowls coming up for the next 7 days. Remember, the NFL is Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday this week. So 4 days of NFL coverage as well. Don't forget all that NBA, NHL, and college basketball and that 7-day all sports pass. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Damon, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Thanks, Tony. Have a great weekend.
You got it. Damian Sosh here on the drive-thru. All right, guys, if you miss any picks, we'll recap at the end of the show. So let's continue on here on the drive-thru. And next up is our man, El Ninos. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's see. Before we do, we got a comment here from the Bulls. Yes, the Bulls did choke that game. I really was disappointed with their bench. The Bulls got them back in contention, and they go to the bench, and the bench just kind of not very good defenders, not very good on the rebounding end. And again, I think that's really what it caused. Part of that meltdown here for the not really meltdown for the Bulls. They caught up. The bench comes in, gives it up again, and it's just that's stuff tough to do in the NBA. The bench really, I thought, performed poorly for the Bulls. Let's continue here on the drive-through. And matter of fact, you never hear anything about the bench, right? It's always the starters that get the notoriety when you hear about the Bulls. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Now, next up is El Ninos. El, what's happening? El Ninos, you got your on mute again. All right, we'll see if we can Al get his reconnection here. I think we've got Al. We'll be looking here at this. Do I have him on the right? What's happening, El Ninos?
Yeah, should be able to hear me now, right?
I can hear you now, El Ninos. Right. Let me get to your right card here, and we'll get your game information up here as we're going to the NHL here with El Ninos. As we got the sound back from El Ninos, we're going to the Oilers and Blues tonight at 9 Eastern time with Edmonton minus 170, total 6.5.
Looks like the name's mixed up there too. I said McMorty for a second. But anyway, Oilers here hosting the Blues. Both teams got off to a rough start this season, but the Oilers have definitely looked much better than the Blues lately, who've actually been through a rough patch, coming off a win, but it did take overtime at home against the Predators to earn that win, and they were really struggling before that. And I think they're in another tough spot here against the Oilers, who will have the home ice advantage. And Honestly, I have the more talented lineup, I believe, especially this season. I think the Blues have downgraded a bit and definitely haven't been playing as well as they have been in the past. So I think this is a good spot for the Oilers. They are a little bit pricey here on the money line. So again, if you like plus money, just take them puck line. If you don't like pushes, take them in regulation, which is what we're looking at here on the show. And if you know me, I'm going a -1 myself.
Ninos is going to go -1 himself here with the Ninos here in regulation here with the Oilers here -110 here against the St. Louis Blues, a Blues team that has had obviously we've talked about them many times here on the show. It's been a kind of a rough season, a team that's under 500. But again, it's interesting for the Oilers. The losses have piled up for them. They're just a team that's 17-13 on the season. You expect a little bit more, and at home just 9-7.
Yes, it was a really rough start to their season. Very few disappointing losses to begin the season. But 7-3 in their last 10, so they have picked it up a bit lately, and think this is a good spot to pick up to keep their form up and the kick on a team that's a bit down and keep the Blues down while they're there.
Yeah, they've had 2 or more power plays actually two power play goals in 3 of their past 4 games. So Edmonton here hot right now on the man advantage. So you better stay out of the box tonight. And maybe that means there'll be more space on the ice for the Oilers. Because if you're a Blues defender, you don't want to get, or even any of the players on the Blues, you don't want to get in the penalty box. Because right now we've got a situation where the Blues or the Oilers are hot right now on the power play. So El Nino here on the Oilers in regulation, -110 against the Blues. This one will have a start time here of 9 p.m. Eastern time. All right, now let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight's action. Of course, we've got 10-game card here from the NHL. We got a few on board here from NBA. We got college hoops. Of course, that one NFL game tonight with the Seahawks and the 49ers. Great results over the last 7 days. 1,175 units of profit over at Pick Dogs Premium. That is all documented. So if you go over to Al Ninos' handicapper page over at Pick Dogs, scroll down to Pick History, you can see all his plays that are fully documented, showing good results as well over the last 30 days as well. So I'll already have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium.
A couple 3-packs. I got a 3-pack in the NHL and then a 3-pack with my best bet from the NFL, NBA, and NHL, a little combo pack there. And, of course, got those all sold individually as well if you're just into one sport. But your best way to go if you want all the actions, definitely getting those long-term or 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right, guys. Got on board with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. 1,175 units of profit. Last 7 days, fully documented over at Pick Dogs. His featured plays tonight, a 3-pack here. His Thursday Thrillers. He takes his best bet from the NFL, NBA, NHL, puts it together here in a 3-pack. That is credit guarantee, so get on board there with it. And also, you got El Ninos here with NBA Alley-Oop. Individual plays up there from El Ninos as well. He takes those plays and puts them on for sale individually, so get on board there. As, of course, we've talked about the longer-term passes. You may consider L's 30-day L Sports Pass. Get all El Ninos' premium plays for 30 days. That would include all his NHL, NBA, college hoops, and, of course, it includes every pick. We call it the 41 bowl games and championship games. All this premium plays from that 41 bowl game schedule, as well as the national championship game, part of that 1-month All Sports Pass, as well as all of the remainder of the NFL regular season. Right, there's just 4 weeks left in the NFL. No more buys, so we're getting games now on Saturday. So we got now 4-day weeks in the NFL. So a good time to get that 1-month pass. You get all of El Ninos' premium plays from the remainder of the NFL regular season. With that, use the promo code PICK at checkout, and you will save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Al, as always, great having you on the show. Keep up that great work, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Tony. Have a good one.
You got El Ninos here on the drive through. Let's continue on here with our coverage. Remember, if you miss any picks, we'll recap it at the end of the show. Get a lot of people signed in right now, and we'll continue on here on the drive through. Next up is Shane Mickle. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Also, covers MMA and the World Cup in written fashion over on the sites. Bring in Shane right now. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going tonight, Tony?
Doing awesome. All right, here we go. Pac-12 Network late night tonight. We've got Oregon State hosting Seattle. Oregon State was the favorite overnight. Now it's moved to Seattle, laying 1.5, total 136.
Yeah, this is an Oregon State team that definitely is not very good, but I still think they're the better team here. You know, this Seattle team, their stats look good, their record looks good, but the only real test they've had was against Washington, and they lost that game 77-66. On paper, this offense looks good, but, they've been beating up on teams like Puget Sound, Pacific Lutheran, not non-D1 teams is where they're getting a lot of their scoring from. And this Oregon State defense has actually been good this year. Earlier in the season, they only held Duke to 54 points. And Oregon State's also been a better team at home this season with only one loss. I think that this Oregon State defense can slow down this, this Seattle defense or Seattle offense, much like Washington was able to. I don't think we need the points here. I'm going to take Oregon State as the underdog.
All right, we got Shane here on record to take him in the underdog. You put him down here as a money line, so you get plus 105 here for your money here on the Oregon State Beavers here in this spot here against Seattle. Of course, these are two teams here from the Pacific Northwest. Of course, you got to go deeper, as Shane does when you look at these teams. Not all 7-1 teams are the same, right? It's just basically comes down to schedule strength, and as you mentioned here, one thing that got me here with this Seattle team is their defense on the road. Remember, you gotta look for true road game stats. Some of these places mix in neutral site and road together and calls it away stats. So be careful for the away stats, because away factors in neutral and road and calls it away. We gotta look for road stats, true road games, and their true road games. The Redhawks are giving up 47% shooting.
Yeah, and even with Oregon State not being a great offensive team. They've proven against bad teams that they can score. Now, I'm not saying that this Seattle team is bad. They're probably a decent mid-major, but you're still talking about a Pac-12 team here at Oregon State. That's decent. They might only win a few conference games, but I mean, when you look at the one game from Seattle, it was against Washington. They gave up 77 points, and this Washington team isn't that great either. Now Oregon State might not win by 11 points like Washington did, but they only need to win by 1 to get the job done. I think they win this game by 3 or 4, and that'll be enough to get your money line.
Yeah, they are 1-1 in Pac-12 play. They win at Washington by 1 and lose by USC by 1, so they can compete there. They have their heads together. It's the Oregon State. Oregon State here plus 105 against Seattle. This one is a late night game, 10:30 Eastern time. Watch it over on Pac-12 Network. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight's action. Of course, showing great results here over the past 30 days, 1,154 units of profit the last 30 days. That is all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium, showing profit, Shane, in college hoops, the NHL, the NFL, off to a fantastic start here, college football, college basketball this season. All right, Shane, we got a college basketball card. We got some hockey, NBA, and, of course, that Thursday night NFL game. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I've got a kind of a big card tonight, and it's broken down into a few sampler packs. It's kind of just if you're looking for just a 3-pack, it's kind of just pick what sports you're looking at, find that sampler pack, and get that for $39.99. But your best option is definitely long term. There's I think I have 8 games or 7 or 8 games up tonight. And with that sampler pack, you're only getting a max three plays. So you basically paid for a 3-day pass just in that one package. But if you're looking for something else, my college basketball has been off to a great start. I do have my entire college basketball season on the site for $699.99. We're just about to conference play, and that's when things really start heating up. So let's hop on something long term and let's make some money together.
That's right, guys. Got to go with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs from great results here. 1,154 units of profit last 30 days. That is all documented over at Pick Dogs, showing great results the last 7 days. A good winning day yesterday. Sampler pack is up there as he puts together plays here from college basketball, NBA, NFL, Thursday night winner, all in a 3-pack. That is credit guarantee. Guaranteed to turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. That is credit guarantee. Also, a lot of individual plays up there. He's put together, as Shane was mentioning, you can pick your sport. You can find a 3-pack up there with some plays. Of course, as we mentioned throughout the show, that 1-month All Sports Pass away Shane's running. You might want to consider that 1-month pass. Get all of Shane Mickle's premium plays for a month. What's featured there? Well, you get all of his NBA, all his NHL, all his college hoops for the 30 days. Also, the remainder of the NFL regular season. There's only 4 weeks left. No more bye weeks. We get some games here now mixed in on Saturday. So we got 4-day weeks here in the NFL coming up now. So that's the remainder of the regular season. The NFL is also covered in that 30 days. Also, the entire bowl season and the national championship game is covered there over at with that 1 month pass. Of course, we got the bowl games starting here on Friday, so get on board here with Shane Mickle. The promo code is PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Shane, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again next week. But I know you also contribute over at the sites, SPCB Betting, Pick Dogs. I know you put up some really great World Cup coverage as well as MMA.
Yeah, I do MMA and the World Cup, which is dwindling down, only 2 games left there on SPC Betting, and then I basically do everything else, NHL, college basketball, NFL, college football, all those. So make sure to check out the sites. You know, if you're not looking to buy buy picks, there's plenty of free shows and plenty of free articles on those 2 sites to make you some money that way too.
That's right, indeed, guys. So you can follow them there over on the sites, or potentially pick up his premium plays as well. All right, Shane, keep up that great work. We'll talk with you next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend, everyone.
You got it, Shane Mickle here on the Drive Thru. Guys, reminder, getting a lot of people signing in here. If you miss any of our picks, we will do a recap here at the end of the show. Let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. It's up next. We're heading out to Las Vegas, Nevada, and it's time to welcome in Tony Brown. You find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. You find him there, just doing great work up there. I think we can get to Tony Brown here in just a second. Oh, went a little too far here, so let me go back here on the roster. Tony Brown will be looking at an NHL game for tonight. So we're ready to go here with Tony Brown. Tony Brown, what's happening?
Tony T, how you doing?
Doing awesome. All right, here we go tonight, 7 Eastern time. Go to the ice. Capitals here to host the Stars. Capitals favored here about -115, total of 6.
Yeah, this is a good spot for the dog right here. I mean, it's not a big dog, but just a slight dog in Dallas. And only reason the Capitals are favored, I think, is the home ice, and it won't be enough. Washington, they're rolling right now. They won 5 straight, but this is going to be a letdown spot for them. They were on the road during that winning streak, and Alexander Ovechkin just set the 800 goal mark. You know what I mean? They were doing big celebrating and all that. So they're going to come home, and I think they'll be a little flat, and Dallas is the much better team. At the end of the day, even with the 5-game win streak, Washington's still 1 game under 500. You know, they're at the bottom of their division, while the Stars are first place in their division. They're only 3 games over 500, but they only have 8 losses. So that's good for number 1 in the division. You got the better team, a little bit more focused. Like I said, anytime you have a championship ring ceremony or a guy hits a milestone and all that, it's kind of a letdown spot in the next game, or if they have to play the game that same night. They've been focusing on that, maybe a little bit of extra celebrating, and Dallas is just a much better team. So to get them in an underdog money, it's too good to pass up, so we won't.
All right, we got Tony Brown here going on record here with the Stars, -115 here against the Washington Capitals. And, you know, the line is pretty telling, right? When you have this really short favorite on a 5-game win streak at home, you'd think, whoa, the team that's won 5 in a row is going to be pretty heavily favored. That's not the case.
Right, 5 games in a row. Got the home ice advantage. One of the greatest players, I mean, for sure in the game right now, but maybe of all time. And you're only a 115 favorite. You know, that's just letting people know they don't believe in you. And I don't believe in you either. So I'm going to go with Dallas in this one.
All right, Tony Brown on the Stars, laying 115 here against the Capitals. I think Jay Briggs likes to hear that. This one will have a start time here of 7 Eastern time over on Center Ice Package. All right, Tony Brown, let's go over at Pick Dogs Premium here for tonight's action. Big NHL card. Doing great work in the NHL is Tony Brown. 1,195 units of profit here. That's all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, we got the NFL game night, 49ers and Seahawks. We also have some college hoops, some NBA. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, we've been heating up in the NHL. We're almost 1,200 units up, and that's only because we picked the best plays. Tonight, I really didn't see too much, so I left that off. But I also have 3 NBA games. We're doing okay in the NBA as well. I have 3 big plays in the NBA, plus I have the NFL Thursday Night Football game and total. That's important. That's 2 chances to make some money. So you can get the game, the total, plus my 3 NBA plays, and my Tony's top 5 tonight. Get all 5 of those picks for literally the price of 2. It's $25 each pick. You get all 5 for only $49. So if you're serious about making some money today, grab that pass and bet your bookie 5 times over.
That's right. Get on board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs. From Tony Brown's 50-star top 5 is top 5 on the board right now. You get Tony Brown's 3 NBA perfect plays, NFL game side in total in that 5-pack. And of course, that is credit guarantee must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your system. For site credits, that is credit guarantee. Of course, we've talked about the long-term passes. I mean, the 30-day pass at this time of the year is a great way to roll because it covers all the bowl games, the 41 bowl games, as well as the championship game, the remainder of the NFL regular season. But Tony Brown, we have that 1-year VIP sports pass. You're based there in Las Vegas, Nevada, in it every single day. Summer, winter, fall, spring, 1-year all sports pass. Great value that you offer.
Yep, full 365 days of play. You have to keep buying individual season passes. You don't have to pay per day or per play or per sport. It's everything I release. No upselling. You get championship picks, playoff picks. Everything's included. Futures bets, everything that I got, you guys get it. There's no games, no gimmicks with that package. It's one full VIP year. 365 days of play for just one low price. If you buy these passes individually, you'll pay twice what you pay for this VIP year. Like, this is seriously the way to go for the serious players who's serious about making money.
That's right, guys. Get serious with Tony Brown. Get that 1-year all sports pass. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You could also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Tony Brown, as always, great to have you on the show. Keep up the good work. Hope you feel better next week. Get around that cold. It's flu season, so you got to stay warm. We'll talk with you again next week.
Definitely. I'm about to rest up this weekend for sure. No going out and hanging out, so I'll be all ready to go on Tuesday. All firing on all cylinders, man. I appreciate you guys having me, and I'll see you next week.
See you next week, indeed. Tony Brown here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue our coverage. Guys, if you missed any picks, we'll recap at the end of the show. Paying a visit to the chat room is Rod Zawacki. So Rod Zawacki is in the chat room. So if you want to say hi to Rod, you have a question about something, people were asking about his World Cup play. There's a lot of questions coming in the chat room. Rod Zawacki has now entered the chat room, so give him a hello back there. All right, let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. Next up, we're going over to Millz. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Print. Been great work in UFC and MMA and more. So I hope you've been following Millz' show on UFC Saturdays with Brad Francis on the channel. We'll bring him in right now. Millz, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How's everybody doing out there? Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Shout out to the chat from Millz. Millz, all right, here we go tonight on Prime. Seahawks 49ers divisional battle going on. No matter what the records are, I always entertain when these teams get together. We got the 49ers road favorites, 3.5, total 43.
Yeah, definitely, man. This one right here, I'm going to do a little different, kind of like a freestyle play. Let me see. Hey, come over here, Pops. So, game going on tonight. Seattle Seahawks versus the 49ers. What player do you like?
DK Metcalf.
All right, I got it from there.
Okay.
All right, so he's on DK Metcalf. All right, man. The betting tools like him over 63.5 yards at an 80% rate. Me, Millz, I like him over 4.5 receptions. That's my player prop to get you on top. To go over some of the stats and facts, this is what he's been doing lately. Put up 5 receptions against the Panthers, 8 against the Rams, 11 against the Raiders, 6 against the Bucks, 5 against Arizona. All right, the 49ers, they're dealing with like 2 cornerbacks out there. Not really, those worthy names that you're going to know. They're second-year players. I want to say Avery Thompson's one, and the other one's like Lanier. But DK Metcalf played the same team earlier, and he only had 4 receptions on 6 targets. This is going to be a different game, a different day. So I'm definitely going to be looking at DK Metcalf over 4.5 receptions.
All right, we got on record here with the Millz, DK Metcalf over 4.5 receptions here. They're the home team tonight. Of course, that number there, we're looking here at 4.5 receptions here. We know we said 4.5. I got that right?
Yes, sir. 4.5. That's where I got it.
4.5. Yeah, he has done that in we've done that 6 straight games. I mean, that's pretty good. Now, they're giving a lot of respect to the 49er defense, obviously.
I mean, and that you got to. That's why I'll be honest. That's probably like the best defensive team out there right now. They kind of remind me of Georgia, how they're playing right now. They're just limiting good teams to putting up points. Making stars not look like stars. But not for this one. Stars still shine when they come to playing Frisco. Tyreek Hill put up 9. The no. Yeah, 9 receptions against them. Who else was it? DeAndre Hopkins put up 9 or 10 receptions against them too. Olave put up 5. So, when it comes down to it, receivers are able to still get the receptions. The difference is this. They're not really able to get a lot of yards. So, a player getting maybe 88 yards on them, that's probably going to be a little bit harder to do. But the receptions, they definitely struggle with that. So, yeah, man, that's going to be, one of those things to where DK Metcalf, he shows up, and it's one of those things. Okay, once he gets 1 reception, they go back to him at least, 2 times in that same drive back to back. So once he gets 1, he's liable to get 2 within that same first down play. So definitely, if he's a little cold in the first quarter, don't worry. We're going to get it. DK Metcalf over 4.5, that's going to cash.
That's right. And also, too, the Seahawks get the running back in there, so you got to respect the run a little bit more. So maybe get a little more separation for Metcalf in this spot. And also, too, if you think the Seahawks will be behind in this game, they're going to be throwing. They'll be throwing all 4 quarters in this game, so there's a good possibility there. And, Metcalf will be a target, no doubt about that. And, of course, we got it here with 4.5. I won't give you a weather report. No precipitation, clear skies, 38 degrees, a little chilly, good football weather. Don't worry, these guys got the little armor on. they got pads. They're not going to feel the cold weather there in Seattle, but no precipitation, clear weather, light wind, more than 5 miles per hour is not a whole lot. So good passing, good football weather. Mills.
And to add on to that, when you're playing at home in Seattle, who do they want to see? The running back that's kind of hurt that nobody knows the name of, or the guy who has the team on their back who just got paid that contract? They want to see Metcalf. Definitely. I look for that, for him to definitely get fed. Those Hawks are going to be live out there. So, yeah, that's going to definitely get them influenced a little bit more. You think, Tony?
That's right. And, of course, you got a rookie making his first start for the 49ers. Maybe there'll be some 3-and-outs, give you more offensive time, more snaps on the offensive side. We got Metcalf over 4.5 receptions. This one with the start time of 8:15 on Amazon Prime. All right, Mills, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, we got the NFL game on the board. We also have 4 from the NBA. Got some college hoops, but of course, UFC action here, weekends as well. Look at the numbers here: 2,499 units of profit from Mills right now in MMA. He's been on fire. UFC, Bellator as well. So great results there, showing also profit in college football. The bowl games start again tomorrow, so we got a lot of action going on here with Mills. He's doing great work. Last 30 days showing great profit. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Man, I got some plays up there to get you paid already today. So I got one basketball play up there that I like on the board. It's a $15 action at that. Then I got my football play up there that I already got action on for Saturday. And I also got one UFC bet up there. But I'm going to have about 3 to 4 more to come. UFC is their last event this year. I have about 4 or 5 bets that I'm loving on there. I'm going to write them all out, get a little bit more details on them. I got one up there, but you know how it is, Tony. It's Thursday, man, so you might as well just get that 3-day pass so you can get all my plays, UFC, NBA, college. It don't matter. Everything's going to be included in there. This is your best time to get the pass because UFC is right around the corner, and, man, when we aim, we don't miss, and that's how it's been this year. So I'm going to keep it going to end the year out with a big bang. Just was at UFC 282, went 4-1 on that card, only missed with 1 pick. Besides that, just trying to put money in your guys' pocket, so this the time to get us.
That's right. Get on board here with Millz Young over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results here in MMA, also showing great profit last 30 days, last 7 days. Tonight on the board, an NFL moneymaker up there from the Seahawks and a 49er game, as well as this UFC winners up there, UFC only winners. Also with NBA on the board as well with this $15 premium. So a lot of plays up there. We talked about with Mills here. We're on a Thursday. That 3-day pass is very valuable. Get all of Mills' premium plays for 3 days included. Of course, the NFL. We got NFL Thursday and Saturday. Saturday's NFL will be included in this 3-day pass, right? Because we got 3 games Saturday. No more bye. Bye weeks are over. So bye-bye to the byes. So we got all teams in action now the remainder of the season. So 3 games on the board here on NFL Saturday. All the bowl games Friday and Saturday. Don't forget the UFC picks here for Saturday. And, of course, all the NBA and college hoops there for that 3-day pass. 3-day pass, a very great value right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers, about 2,500 units of profit from Mills in MMA this year, all documented over at Pick Dog. So get that 3-day pass. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there, right? Mills, is always great having the show. Keep up the great work. We'll talk with you again next week. But I know you also do the UFC show on weekends here with Brad.
Yes, sir. It's going down this Saturday. We're going to be hitting it right after the Pick Dogs Morning Show. I'm going over our best plays, our best underdogs, and our best parlay. We usually just go over the main card. Since it's the last one, we're going to go over all the fights for you guys, a quick rapid fire on there. So, go over some round props to start and stuff like that. So that's one thing. All right. So, new things to the sports gambling in the last 2 years been player props. A lot of people have been making money on. Same thing with UFC. You can get these round props out here that a lot of people don't even know exist, and we bet them. We're not betting for a fighter to win. We're either betting it to go over or under within a specific round or minute. So, I mean, it's a whole different way to even get money, and don't worry about, the fighter actually getting a win or a loss. So definitely, man, you want to pay attention to us on the Fight Dog Show. Appreciate everybody out there in the chat.
That's right. I just want to ask a question. How sophisticated are these props? Do we have any number of takedowns? We got to that point where we're measuring how many takedowns and whatnot?
So that's a different angle that we're going to look at it for 2023, because they have prize picks to where you can bet 1.5 takedowns and stuff like that, or over 48 significant strikes landed. We're not going over that deep yet, because those are a different way to attack it, especially on a prize pick angle or something like that you guys have, or underdog. You could do it on those apps. But we're just looking at it as kind of like all right, is this fight going to start round 3? If so, you can get out at minus 130. And then you look at it to where it's like, all right, man, I'm just betting this fight to last 10 minutes. The average fight lasting 10 minutes. Come on now. I'll take a chance on that. So.
Gotcha. Very good there. So check out the show there right after the morning show on Saturday with Brad and Millz with that UFC show. Get those picks from Brad and Millz. Millz been on absolute fire in the UFC. All right, Millz, have a great night. We'll talk with you again next week.
Yes, sir, man. Don't forget, man. I hope you guys have a good day. Make sure everything's great. One day you'll be eating grapes.
There you go. One day you'll be eating grapes. Millz here on the drive-thru. All right, guys. Reminder, we're going to do a recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. All right, up next is Jay Briggs. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Prim. Jay, of course, you can catch him at halftime tonight. That 49ers and Seahawks game with Mitch. They'll have the halftime picks, so make sure you stay tuned for that, and you make sure you subscribe to the channel, set notifications, so when Mitch and Jay are on, you're on there live with them to get the halftime picks from tonight's game between the 49ers and the Seahawks. So let's bring in Jay right now. Jay, what's happening?
What's going on tonight, Tony?
All right, here we go. Once again, the Rockets. We got Jay and the Rockets hosting the Heat. The Heat laying 3.5, total 218.5.
Yes, sir, Tony, man, and I'm just gonna stick to Old Faithful, man. I'm gonna fade the Miami Heat. I've made quite a good cushion this season fading the Miami Heat. We're gonna continue to do it. 9-19 against the spread this season. The Miami Heat, 14-15 overall. This was the number 1 overall seed in the East last season. The Miami Heat, and to start this season, they have just been awful, Tony. And they have been playing better basketball recently. I will say that. They've won 3 of their last 5. But I'm still not impressed what I've seen from them in that last 5. They only have a 2-point win over the Oklahoma City Thunder. They have a home loss to the San Antonio Spurs. And they have a home loss to the Detroit Pistons. That is not playing good basketball for me. So, and what that tells me is you're playing down to your competition. And, I don't think that bodes well, especially tonight facing the Houston Rockets, who I can see the Miami Heat playing down to their competition. But on the other side, the Houston Rockets are playing some really good basketball right now, and they're playing up to their competition. So we go look at what Houston has done in their last 5, Tony. They beat Phoenix Suns in their last matchup, 111-97. They beat the Milwaukee Bucks, the matchup before that, 97-92, and a really good win for them. And also in this last 5, Tony, they got a win against the Philadelphia 76ers in double overtime at home, 132-123. So in 3 of their last 5, Tony, they got 3 really good home wins. They're at home here again against the Miami Heat, who, like I said, have been struggling playing down to their competition. And I'm just gonna grab the points here with the Heat, but with the Rockets, and I would not be surprised at all if they won this game outright.
Yeah, there we go with Jay here on the Rockets. Here at plus 3.5 here against the Heat. Heat really having their struggles here, staying healthy. Again, we got Adebayo, Lowry out, Vincent out. I don't think Oladipo, I don't think he's played a game. I mean, that's what you get. You get a guy that's have injury problem. What's going to happen? You're going to be on the injury report. Hero's out. I know they had a little point guard, name escapes me right now, but he had a history of injury problems. He's not on the team anymore. But yeah, this is a team that just even back to Wade, they've had so many guys that's always banged up all the time. It's just hard right now. And of course, I was mentioning to someone here about, and it didn't surprise me that I think last night was the most points ever scored in an NBA night, right? And what I've noticed is NBA now is that the rotation, the starting players are younger and younger now. They're so young now. There's so much speed on the court. Even the bad teams are usually the youngest team. The youngest teams are usually the fastest teams. That's why we've seen the Lakers have trouble over the years against these bad teams. We're seeing the Heat team that's a little bit long in the tooth and injured. They're having trouble against bad teams because you've got these young legs that are just outrunning them, out hustling them, and they're getting those hustle, those rebounds, those loose balls. They're getting that step ahead of the defense. It just seems to me these young teams have their advantages against some of these teams that are old and injured.
Exactly, Tony. I feel you on that sentiment. Some of the bad teams are they're younger, man, and they just kind of want it more. They're just coming out playing loose. And some of the better teams like Miami, that's done it before. Sometimes it's hard to get up for a bad team like the Rockets on a Thursday night, or like Milwaukee. Milwaukee lost to Houston the other day on a Sunday night after winning like 6 or 7
or
straight.
The Thunder last night with all these young guys in the lineup.
Yeah, sometimes it's just hard for the better teams to get up to play those younger guys. It happens in the NBA, and the younger guys, they're just taking advantage of the minutes and time they're in the NBA trying to just get to their next contract. So there's definitely value sometimes on these bad teams getting points. Here tonight, we're not getting a whole lot, but I don't think it really matters, man. Like I said, when you got the number one team from last year, the Miami Heat, only laying 3.5 on the Rockets, I mean, that kind of gives you an indicator right there, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's also a back-to-back spot there too.
Exactly. I forgot to mention that as well.
Yeah, back-to-back there. Rockets plus 3.5 here against the Heat. This one will have a start time here of 8 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Screen for tonight's action. We do have 4 on the board here from the NBA. Some college hoops as well. I know sometimes you delve in the ice. You must have liked that pick from Tony Brown today. And, of course, getting ready for bowl season. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yes, sir. I love that pick from Tony Brown tonight. I should have had it as well. And I should have had this Rockets in there tonight as well. But I have 4 premium up there tonight for me, Tony. 2 in the NFL. I got the side to be on in the 49ers and Seahawks, and I got the total, my primetime NFL total, and my NFL best bet. So both NFL plays up there for you tonight and I also have 2 NBA plays up there tonight as well. My $15 NBA Jam Session play, we dropped it last night, but we're still red hot overall. We've hit 9 of our last 11 on that NBA Jam Session play, so we're going for 10 of 12 tonight. I absolutely love tonight's play, man. I think we do go 10 of 12. So scoop that up, $15. My best bet in the NBA every night. I also have a second NBA play up there. I love that one as well tonight. All 4 of these plays can be bought individually. I have a 3-pack with both my NBA and my NFL best bet. So, different ways to get it. Let's continue making money here. The best way to go, though, is long-term. Hop on a 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. The way I'm running right now, y'all see the units the last 30 days, man. That's the best way to go. Save yourself some money and make yourself a little more money with the money you saved. So check me out, Pick Dogs Premium, 2-for-1 capper special. You can't go wrong either. Everybody that came on this show today is red hot, man. If you just looked at the units that everybody's putting up. I know Tony, when he's going in, fixing the units, he's going up almost every day on everybody's units. Everybody's seeing it well. This is the perfect time right now. All the sports are going, so 2-for-1, best deal going here, man, and let's continue just making some money.
That's right, guys. Got to go with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs. Great results, 1,618 units of profit last 30 days. Also on a great run here. Last 7 days, 556 units of profit. The NBA's been on fire, 1,306 units of profit. Also showing profit in college hoops. He's hooping it, man, right now over at Pick Dogs. So get on board here. The NBA Jam Session, $15. That is credit guarantee. That's up there on the site. So get on board with that. Must win, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee. The 3-pack is up there. Money making 3-pack from Jay. Also in action with the NFL best bet, a primetime total as well. But again, as Jay was mentioning, the long-term passes are your best value. That 1-month pass is a fantastic value. With all these sports overlapping, the 1-month pass covers the entire bowl season and the championship game. 41 bowls, the championship game, whatever premium Jay has on from those are yours when you get that 1-month pass. the remaining 4 weeks of the NFL regular season. There are no more byes, so we're getting into four-day work weeks from the NFL, right? You got your Thursday, you got your Monday, you got your Saturday, you got your Sunday. So there's going to be extended here NFL with no more bye weeks. All teams in action now. So that 1 month pass is very valuable. As NBA, college hoops as well. Once in a while, he'll look at the ice. We'll see if he has. We'll see if he has a World Cup play from Argentina, and as well as Argentina and France. That will also be part of it too. So you never know. You never know. So get on board with Jay over at Pick Dogs. 1 month all sports pass. The promo code is PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off, and of course you could add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Jay. It's always great having you on the show. Keep up the great work. We catch your jam session every day over at Pick Dog with your NBA every game on the board with a pick there. And of course, we'll be ready for halftime. You and Mitch, 49ers and Seahawks.
Yes, sir, tonight, Tony. Halftime, me and Mitch, 49ers Seahawks. One of the better prime times we've had here in a while. Should be a good game. We got Brock Purdy, first road start. Shall be interesting. Hard place to make it in the loudest building in the NFL. So shall be an interesting one in that one. Seattle still fighting for their playoff hopes. Can't wait to watch that one. And, check out my jam session tonight as we go through every game on the board for tomorrow's action. You can check out tonight's episode as well as I went through every game for today. So, yeah, check that out, man. Also, check out the NFL show we shot yesterday, me, Big Al, and Mitch. We went through every game on the NFL slate. We gave opinions on that. I love doing that show with those guys. So a lot of action from me here at Pick Dogs, man. Just trying to stay high, trying to make some money for you guys, put some money in my pockets and your pockets. Christmas season, I know how it is now, man. So let's just continue making money, and I'll see y'all tomorrow on the drive-through and tonight.
That's right. Keep on making money with Jay Briggs. I caught him at halftime for that halftime pick. We'll be back here on the drive-through on Friday. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up again tomorrow.
All right, Tony. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Got Jay Briggs here on the drive-through. Reminder, guys, if you miss any pick, we'll recap at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. And let's get to my play here right off the bat here, and then we'll get right to the recap. We're going to be looking at this one at the top of the hour between Chattanooga and the Middle Tennessee State. Let me get my game card up here. Middle Tennessee State here laying 5.5. Chattanooga, we'll be looking at the dog here with the Chattanooga Mocs here getting the 5.5 in this one. Chattanooga 7-3, a really good shooting team here. 38% from three, 50% inside. They do have some issues with turnovers, and they're giving about 36% from three. But in this one here, Middle Tennessee State, this is a team that commits a lot of turnovers, and they only make 63% at the free throw line, which is also a concern if you're trying to hold the lead late. And you look at the Blue Raiders, they really struggle from three. They hit less than 30%. They're giving up over 36%. And, of course, the Mocs have won 5 straight. And they're playing great defense right now. They're just giving up 38% shooting in this period. Remember, these teams are getting better and better as time goes. So looking over that past 5 games, good defensive form. We're going to take Chattanooga here at plus the 5.5. All right, let's continue on here with a Pick Dogs Premium on the drive-through, guys. I have a 3-pack up there right now. My best bet from the NFL, college hoops, NBA, all in a 3-pack. My $15 premium pick is my NFL best bet that's sold standalone. Don't buy them both. Just buy the 3-pack. And my NFL best bet's part of it. Or if you just want my best bet, sold standalone there. We'll continue on here on the drive-through here as we'll get to the recap. So let's recap the games from today's show. All right, we had Alex Smart. He liked Laurie Markin over 7.5 rebounds. Damian was on the Pelicans. Lay the 1 here against the Jazz. Ninos, Oilers in regulation, minus 110 against the Blues. Shane was on Oregon State, money line, plus 105 against Seattle. Tony Brown was on the Stars, laying 115 against the Capitals. And we also had Millz on Metcalf over 4.5 receptions. Jay on the Rockets plus 3.5 against the Heat. I'm on Chattanooga plus 5.5 here against Middle Tennessee State. And I will say the one I like the most, like that Rockets play at plus 3.5. Jay's pick tonight on the show. All right, that's going to do it here for the drive-thru. Someone's asking about Rod. Where's Rod? Well, Rod is celebrating his win with Louisville. He had Pouilleville yesterday, one of the few guys that did. So he's out there celebrating. You saw him in the chat room earlier. So they give him a shout out there as he's happy with that win there with Pouilleville plus the points against Western Kentucky yesterday. I think he might have had money line on that too. We'll see. But anyway, guys, that'll do it for this edition here of the drive-thru. Be sure to tune in again here tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers in front Pick Dogs and SCP betting. We'll give out live free picks for the games for Thursday. So tune in then. Don't forget, it always gets started every single day at 10 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show. You got Mitch, you got Rod, you got Chris with that morning show, right? And then we got a lot of video series here on Pick Dogs channel. You've got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. You got the Betting Tool show. You got Jay's rundown every game on the board, NBA with a pick. You also have Chris and Rod with their Puck Dog series, video series, and NHL picks. You also have Ron Romanelli's bank shot college basketball rundown with picks. You've got Javon's parlay video with picks. You've got the Brad and Millz with their show on the weekends, UFC show with picks. You've got the NFL show on Wednesday with Chris. I'm sorry, not with Chris, but we got Big Al, we got Jay, and we got Mitch with the NFL show with picks from every game. So there you go. Lots of content. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. Get notified when these games drop, or be live with us when we give out the picks on the live show so you can get the best numbers. That's going to do it for our show tonight. Let's go ahead and bring in the crew from tonight. We're going to wait goodbye, guys. You guys have a great evening. We'll talk with you.